Konnichiwa. So I'll be talking about something quick today. I was just thinking about why people get offended in the first place. Like what makes a person um, say things like, "Oh, that's so offensive," or "Why are you being so mean?" or feel like they're being looked down on. Um, yeah, or being underestimated. Um, yeah, it's because I was talking to my mom yesterday, or was it 2 days ago? But yeah, we were talking about how Singaporeans tend to look down on Malaysian people, and that's what that's my mom's opinion, right? Her own personal opinion, that she thinks Singaporeans tend to look down on Malaysians, um, which is which I used to think that way, right? But as I thought deeper into it, I realized that like getting offended, getting hurt, feeling like they are looking down on you. At the end of the day, it's all just based on your own assumptions. Okay, what do I mean by this? So when I think of times when I think of the times that I felt like I was smaller than the person, felt like I was being looked down on, um, was I don't know. Like an example was when I went back to Malaysia while I was transitioning into becoming a dog trainer. Yeah, because I kind of had trouble. I mean, yeah, I had trouble looking for an engineering job after graduating, and also I wasn't really motivated in the first place anyway. So yeah, I decided to change into dog psychology. But anyway, while I was doing the diploma, I had some time to go back to Malaysia to yeah, just for like a short vacation. And I as you and yeah, as usual, everyone started asking me like, "Oh, how's life in Australia? Like what have you been up to?" And I would tell them, like I'm doing this dog thing. And at that time, I felt like when I was talking about it and they were asking me questions about it, I honestly felt like they were looking down on me, like what the hell, you did an engineering degree and now you're like gonna train dogs after this, really, that was how I felt. But when I reflect back, when I reflect back on it, it it's like it was probably my own insecurity. Like I was projecting my own insecurity about myself because at the time I was not like I was still studying, I was still in the middle of transitioning. So it's not like I had something to show for my new path. And to be fair to my friends, like dog psychology is not really a thing back in Malaysia, right? Um, and yeah, at the time, I really felt like, yeah, thanks for judging me, so my so-called friends, right? And I did feel a bit of, bitterness about it, especially after I came back here. I even had second doubts, like second thoughts when I came back, like, am I really doing the right thing here? But I stuck with it. And in hindsight, if I if I were to go back after I finished the diploma and started working and actually got some feedback on my skills, like I actually helped some people with my skills, and I went back and talked about it, I probably wouldn't have felt that way. But it was because I was insecure at the time, which is why I just kind of thought everyone was looking down on me when in reality I was looking down on myself. I was having doubts of my own capabilities. So yeah, I guess in a way it's kind of the same thing, right? When people say, "Oh, the Singaporean dude is looking down on me," is looking down on Malaysia. Well, Singapore is economically doing better than Malaysia, right? That's like a known fact. You can't really argue with that. Um, they are the richer country. They are, how do I put this? More developed country. So it's only natural, I guess, for Malaysians to feel like they're being looked down on. Because, yeah, but that's not the point. The point is, instead of taking it as a bad thing, Malaysians should actually reflect on why they feel like they're being looked down on. It's because, yeah, if like asking why, I think is kind of like the first step to just figuring out how to make Malaysia better. Like, what is it that Malaysia can do to become better, so we don't have to feel like we need to be looked down on, right? It's the same concept like how people used to call me, like Thunder Thighs or or Beyonce or Mariah Carey, because I had like huge thighs. And I would feel hurt by it. Like, I would honestly feel really offended by it, by those comments. But as a girl, because most of them were guys, guys, that's the thing with the male species, right? They just don't get it. And I don't blame them, right? It's because girls, when you say stuff that girls don't like when you call them fat or you call them ugly, or I don't know, when you call them a clown when they have too much makeup on, they might think of it as a joke, right? For guys, but and you can't blame them because the girl, on the other hand, wouldn't voice out their discomfort when they hear stuff like that. It's because they don't want to seem too sensitive or yeah. And if you don't voice out your opinions, the guys just wouldn't know, right? And they'll continue doing it because it's funny to them. That's how guys communicate, right? They make fun of each other. They say things like, "Oh, you bastard," or "Oh, you asshole." It's like a normal thing for them. But for girls, we don't like call each other assholes, or I mean, some girls do, but in general, right? It's like a generalization. But, yeah, so I would keep quiet to myself, right? When people said comments that referred to my fat thighs. I was super insecure about them. Um, yeah, which brings me to the point. Okay, so yeah, which brings me back to the point where if I wasn't actually insecure about my thighs, and the guys were just making an observation, like, oh, you kind of have like irregularly large thighs, or I don't know what they meant, but yeah, they could just be making an observation. Hey, you have like Beyonce like thighs, because Beyonce have thick thighs, but it's not like they intended to hurt me. It's not like they said it to make me feel bad about myself, right? Yeah, it's like they were just making an observation, like I said. And if I weren't insecure about them, I would probably just brush it off, like just not a comment, and I wouldn't really think much about it. It's yeah, for example, because for example, I don't really wear much makeup, but if someone called me a clown, like you kind of remind me of a clown, I'll be like, huh? Like, why? Like, it doesn't make any sense, and I wouldn't get offended. But if you call a person who knows that they wear a lot of makeup and they're actually insecure by that fact, and you point it out to them, right? It's like, to them it will feel offensive. Does that make sense? Yeah. Um, yeah. So that was just something that I thought of. That being offended is really just just feeling offended is feeling like you're not good enough. At the end of the day, it's all just your own perception of yourself, right? So yeah, yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to say. And if you do watch to the end of this video, you get a bonus clip of me attempting to do 100, what do you call it? So in in Pilates, in pop Pilates, they call it waist widows. So yeah, you get to see me do 100 of those before this, like right before I filmed this video. It was freaking torture. So, yeah, enjoy, and hope to see you in the next video. Jenny.
Into your positions, guys. Abs nice and tight. Elbows right underneath your shoulders. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, up. That's 1. little bit of break. Tap, tap. Woo! Down. You know, at least you don't have to talk to me during this. You can yell at me. Woo! And down. 4 more! Yes! Let's go. Here's 3. Oh, you guys. 2 more. Last one! Tap, tap, lift, hold, knees. Knees down. Oh my goodness. I feel it in my shoulders. Like I'm sweating. Am I red? I don't know. My goodness, I look like a mess. That was